Behind this shutter is our brand new shop car, and let me tell you, this is one that has eluded us for quite a while, but it is one I'm very, very excited to get on the channel. So, without further ado, we have finally got ourselves a G80 M3. This is a G80 M3 competition X-Drive, a 2023 model, and the specification is... Now, those of you that follow the channel may be questioning, haven't you just sold your G82 M4? Why have you got a G80 M3? Why have you just got one? Are you not just gonna do the same thing? Well, the G82 M4 got built to a place where we genuinely could not do anything more to it. It had the full Adro kit, it was fully tuned, it was honestly a car like no other. But as a business, we need to move on, we need to develop new product, and there's still so much more we can do with this platform. So this was the obvious choice, and the G80 platform has actually been missed by us, to be honest. So it's something that I'm really, really excited to get my teeth into. And this particular spec is unreal. Let's have a walk around it. First thing that you'll notice is that this is satin black. Now, it's not wrapped, it's actually a black sapphire metallic car with a satin PPF over the top, and I am over the moon with how this looks. There's just something different about satin PPF. It's that little bit deeper than wrap, and it looks amazing. Obviously, it's protecting the car as well. And obviously, you know we've got the R8, which is satin black. I've had a satin black G40 M240i. We've got a black sapphire M2, so do I maybe make that satin black and we do the whole garage? I don't know, maybe that's a bit too much, but super happy with how the paint looks. Obviously, we paired it with the laser lights. So this has got the full tech package, and it's also got the ultimate pack. That basically means you've got a load of carbon fiber on the outside, but more crucially for me, I have got my first M car with carbon bucket seats. These have got Kyle Army orange bucket seats, and honestly, with this satin black exterior, it pops. It looks absolutely insane. That also means there's a couple of carbon details on the car already. So you've got the carbon ducts, carbon mirror caps, and then round the back, you've got the carbon diffuser as well. Here, this is my favorite factory set of wheels. These are the 826M wheels. A little bit more on that in a minute, because we're going to actually be changing these out today in this video, because when we get a new car we have to do mods straight away. So this video we're also going to be doing a couple of changes. So around the back of the car, it's still completely stock other than the CS spoiler, which looks amazing. This is actually one of our HRE CS spoilers. That's going to be coming off in the future, as we've got some more product that we're developing, which we'll show you a little bit more about down the line. But yeah, otherwise completely stock G80 M3 competition X-Drive. As they sit, obviously 510 horsepower, 650 newton meters of torque, but we're going to be cranking that up today in today's video. So I'm excited to see what that feels like. I've already been enjoying this car. As you can see, it's filthy dirty. This weekend it's been pissing and rain in England, so please excuse the state of the car. We've not had a chance to clean it. So that's enough of me rambling. Let's get the car on the ramp and get some parts on it. We've got 3 mods plus a bonus going on today. First one's going to be arch guards. This car is so wide, and to be honest, it throws stones up everywhere, especially with the wider wheels that's on the car. So these are an essential. We've got a tuning box going on today, and we thought, why not, once that tuning box is on, add a little sparkle to the engine base. We've got the golden wrench billet kit, but a bit more about the tuning box. This is the same tuning box that we're running on our G87 M2 at the moment. The difference is, with the M3, because they're in a higher state of tune, this will actually give you more performance. Rather than 100 horsepower, you're going to get about 110 horsepower out of this tuning box, which is insane just to say. So the M3 should be around 620 horsepower once this is installed, which is just insane. And with all that extra power, we're going to need a bit more tyre. So as a little bonus, today we've got the HRE FF21s going on the car, surrounded in 8009 semi-slick tyres. So we've got the xDrive already, but this is really going to help us get that additional power down. I'm really excited to see these on the car. First mod that we're going to get on the car is the tuning box. So I'm going to get the bonnet up and we're going to start stripping all the cables we need to and get that tuning box on the car and add some power. So some of you may be asking, why are we installing a tuning box on this car rather than a full-blown send your ECU off tune? And the simple reason is this tuning box is great value for money for what it is. It's been custom developed for this car. It's done many miles of road development, and it gives us an extra 100 Newton meters of torque and another 110 horsepower as well. So I'm going to be really happy with this tuning box as it stands, and I'll give you my impressions as we drive the car for sure. But for now, this is enough. We may well do ECU development in the future, but as it stands, I'm happy with 620 horsepower. Thank you very much. Whilst the wheels are off, we can clearly see that this car is running red brakes, and in my opinion, it clashes a little bit with the interior. So I'm thinking we match these to Kyle Army Orange to match the interior. What do we think? Should we do it? So here we've got the arch guards that are going to be going on in a second. Now, a couple of things to note. These are taped together when they come, so there's not just one, they are taped together. We've had a couple of customers say to us, you've only sent us one, and that's why. But these are really easy to install. They come with the screws that you need, so you've got your lower screws, upper screws. They've then inside that got these plastic spacers that sit between the screw arch guard and then the screw hole, and that essentially lets the arch guard sit flat and flush as it should do against the wheel arch. Then on the front, these are really easy to install because they're just plastic push rivets. So you'll simply pop your existing rivets through the center, they'll pop out and replace them with these ones. So these take a matter of seconds to install. So tuning box is now on. That took, what, 40 minutes? We've added 110 horsepower in 40 minutes. The next thing that's going on the car is the wheels. So now the wheels are on, we've got satin black with satin black. I'm super happy. A lot of people are saying we should have gone with silver, but for now, we're gonna go for that murdered out look. Now for the final touch, we're gonna go back to the engine bay and get them golden wrench caps on. So thanks to my trusty assistant, we've got a nice clean engine bay now, and I can apply our golden wrench overlays. So these are literally an overlay. So you've got your 3M, it's all custom cut to exactly the right size, which is very nice and satisfying. Means it's a nice easy install, and simply pull the backing off. That was so easy to peel off. With this one, you've just got to match it up with this arrow, so like that. Pop that on, oil cover, and that simply pops as such, and then there you go. And then the last one over your coolant, like so. Crucially, now this tuning box is on the car, I'm gonna go and take the car out for a drive and give you my thoughts on it versus our M2. First things first, you can notice Kyle Army Orange. This interior absolutely pops, and you feel like a complete baller when you're driving, to be honest with you. Also, one of the main differences and main departures from the M2 is the carbon bucket seats. I have genuinely wanted carbon buckets for so long, and the reason I didn't get them in the M2 was because of production delays and things like that at the time, so I had to make do with the comfort seats. And to be fair, they are a really nice, comfortable, supportive seat. So one thing you'll notice is that I like to sit very low in the seat, and I probably look about 4'5" at the moment. And that's because I just like that sort of low centre of gravity sort of feel. And with the buckets, like, this is the lowest I've ever sat in a car by far. It almost feels like you're in like the R8. That's kind of how low it feels like you are when you're at this sort of lowest setting. But overall, comfort feels really nice. They're really supportive. I mean, you guys obviously may or may not have these in your car already, so I may be preaching to the choir a little bit here with how good they are. Now, the side bolsters are going to be a bit of a pain. We're definitely going to get some of those protectors on the store, but otherwise this feels just like the M2. This has got the LCI interior as well, so the actual midlife LCI now, because they've just brought out the new one which has got 8.5, but this is iDrive 8, and yeah, feels exactly as it does in the M2, does all the same stuff, so super happy with that. One thing I will say is that there is a lot more quality in this interior. This has got the actual extended leather pack, which you just notice it just looks a lot nicer in here, so very happy with that. So driving dynamics then compared to the M2. Now this feels very similar to the M2. There's no surprise there, same chassis, everything in this car is basically the same. The main difference is that there is power going to the front wheels on this car, and to be fair, we've had some pretty crap weather and straight away you can feel that difference in traction. And one of the key things I noticed was that from low down, this car feels a lot quicker straight away. And I'm guessing that's just because maybe the power delivery is a little bit different. That's one of the things you noticed with the M2 compared to the M4. It felt that the power delivery in the M2 comes in like second, third gear, whereas in this, I feel like you got full power straight away. Right, we've just got up to temp. I'll tell you what, let's drop a gear down. Bear in mind we've got the tune on. Let's see what this feels like. Oh wow, that's a lot faster. Jesus. Yeah, that's a lot quicker straight away. Let's see as my hazards come on. Yeah, no, I can confirm that is quick. That does feel a lot faster than the M2. I'm a bit surprised. I didn't think that was going to be the case. I thought it would be pretty neck and neck, but that feels a whole lot faster. I don't understand why. The gear changes are a lot slower. I questioned whether I had XHP in my car. Now I know I definitely do. I always questioned, I was like, it doesn't feel that fast. But I think it's a little bit subtle, but now when I'm changing gear, you can 100% tell the difference. The gear changes in this are a lot slower than the M2. But the power, Jesus Christ, there is a lot more power in this car, or at least it feels like it. I do think top end, it's going to be very similar, but definitely low end, you can straight away feel the difference. I drove this car stock power for probably 150, 200 miles so far, and then I've obviously put the tuning box on it, and yeah, night and day difference. And it's very linear actually. Yeah, nice. Yeah, it feels very nice. I'm really surprised at how direct the steering is still on this car. Bear in mind I've just jumped out of the M2, which has got that CSL steering flash. I don't know if the steering from factory on the M2 is the same as the M3 and the M4, because it feels different to both cars. In fact, all three cars that we've driven all feel different. I'm really surprised with how good this feels straight out of the box. Yeah, this feels very rapid straight away. Needs an exhaust, 100%. Anyway, I don't want to go too nuts, just gives you an overall impression. I'm super happy with how this car is already. This is just the baseline. We have got so much more coming. We're developing all new aero for this car. We've got an exhaust going on it very soon. Air intake, it's going to be a load more little mods coming along. that is our G80 M3. I'm super happy with how this thing drives. I'm really happy with how it looks already, but we've got so many more changes coming and you guys are gonna absolutely love what is coming up next. But for now guys, that's gonna end this video today. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. If you have any comments on what we should or shouldn't be doing to this car, let us know down below. If you haven't subscribed, also please do so, because like I said, we've got a load more content coming for this car. But that's it for now. We'll see you guys in the next video.